Oh. What's happening, party people? Welcome to what is hopefully the finale of Valhalla. If you're watching this on YouTube, you know whether or not it's the finale of Valhalla. It'll say in the thumbnail. Finale. Oh, I'm not ready to say goodbye. Here's the thing, I'm not ready to say goodbye, but at the same time, so many games to play. The next poll for, games to play on stream, there's a few games I keep saying I'm gonna go back to, and I just haven't yet. Other games have come up, months pass, and I feel bad about it, but there's just so much to play. And I have attention deficit something or other, so, I can't remember that I said I would go back to that. People gotta remind me. Okay. Rent is due on the 30th. Please make sure your account has the necessary $10,000 or you'll be evicted. I don't think we're making rent. Looking at the poster, Jill managed to get Gabby off her mind, even if just for a little bit. Okay, yeah, there was a lot of emotional baggage that was coming up, but last time we celebrated a mega Christmas with our friends and co-workers and the regulars at the bar. Let's see what's going on at the Augmented Eye. 10K for rent. Is this a window to 10 years from now? What's going on, Arrow? Probably, in all honesty. It's gonna get real bad. This takes place in all honesty, as ludicrous as that sounds, this takes place in the, late 2060s, maybe early 2070s. So, who knows? Probably. But this also doesn't take place, strictly speaking, in America. They talk about, America, Europe, England, Japan, they're separate entities. This is a standalone city-state called Glitch City. It's its own standalone little city-state. So their economy's just fucked. Taylor the Brain tired of name change requests. A couple of weeks ago, we wrote about Taylor, one of the brains from the Sola Anima project. One of the highlights from the interview, that was unfortunately stripped from the finished version, was a stray comment about how many people asked Taylor to change their name to Brian on a regular basis. I know people try to be funny, but I won't change my name for a punchline, Taylor told the AE team. Hopefully this remains a fantasy. True. I'm good, Arrow. How are you? I'm not ready to say goodbye. I'm ready to finish this game. Emotionally, I'm ready, but also I like these characters a lot. This is a very endearing game. Who would have guessed that actually spending the time reading dialogue, getting to know people over a slow burn. This game is longer than I thought it was, but who would have guessed I would have grown attached to them? But how are you? Just chilling with your cat? Hell yeah. My cat's asleep on the bed, hopefully for the whole stream, because I don't want to have to get up to meows. I like the name Taylor, and there's nothing wrong with Brian. I just won't be a part of the joke. My life is worth more than that. Taylor is currently looking at their chances at becoming a senator in the upcoming electoral season. Parliament discusses anime influence by Lana Smithy. During an unusual meeting held at Parliament today, delegates discussed the effects of anime on the population. It's nothing but filth, trash, a representative for the Workers' Party yelled during the meeting. If I could choke every single writer and animator out there, I'd do it. I'd choke them with my own enhanced hands. Several anime studio heads have responded to the news. I think they would ban it if it wasn't bringing in so much money into the local market, Yamake, a producer, told the Augmented Eye during a phone interview. I do agree that anime is trash, but I'll save the genre. You can trust me. Big, oh. Miyazaki. Hayao Miyazaki talking about, the prevalence of inappropriate material in anime. You know, because there's that famous quote that gets taken out of context of Miyazaki. Pretty sure it was Miyazaki saying anime was a mistake. That is in reference to the fact that there's a lot of like really creepy and inappropriate things in a lot of like fringe anime is what I'll call it. And he was like, because of that, anime was a mistake. It's given people an avenue for this depraved bullshit. Biker gang arrested after vandalism during protests. The members of one of the largest biker gangs in the Motor City sector were arrested after the group's leader and her entourage were found at the site of a protest last Friday. Their leader, commonly known in the streets as Christine Love, declared to the press that they were unjustly arrested, and that her gang was only there to defend protesters from the White Knights. They're afraid of us. They know they can't take us down in the streets, so they used protesters as a shield and we had no option but to surrender, Love told AE during a phone conversation. They're currently detained and awaiting for trial. The formal charges are unknown so far. Boo. Alright, I don't think we're gonna make 10,000 in rent in... Hang on, I'm gonna go there, go back. I need $8,000. Technically speaking, I need roughly $7,841.50 in 3 days. We'll just round that to, right? 7,841.50. Yeah. In 3 days. I should get a nice end of year bonus, boss. Alright, let's go to work. Good evening. Hey, Jill, let's have a New Year's party this Saturday. Isn't that a bit soon? Why, did someone famous get killed at a New Year's party? No, I mean... Never mind. Sure, I'm in for it. Great. And Gil? He's coming too. I mean, it's not like he has anything else to do. Hey. No. I mean, where is he? He was escorting a client of his to the station. He should be back any second now. Back. See? So, you coming to the New Year's party too, Gil? It's not like I have anything else to do, so... I told you so. We're depressing people. Oh yeah. The kid from the other day. Gabby, I think you called her. Asked me to give you this. I believe it's a note. A note? Gabby? Oh, let's see. First of all, I want to apologize for my behavior before. I was still hurt by my sister's death, and it wasn't fair to take out all that stress on you, let alone put the blame on you. And so it feels weird to ask this of you after how I treated you, but I really want to talk to you. I want to catch up, to chat for a while, to do what you were doing with me before I lashed out. I want to understand this freedom you talked about, the fear that drove you to a fight with my sister. I'll go back to the bar on the 31st. I won't take much of your time. If you don't want to see me after all that, I'll understand. But please, I really want to talk to you. Gabby. Wow, that girl has a big vocabulary. She was always a smart one. The 31st is written in different handwriting. Oh yeah. She asked me when you were here and relatively free. She asked me when you would be here and relatively free. So I told her about the party. I also assumed you'd say yes to the party, which might not have been the best idea now that I think about it. Boss, I'm having second thoughts about coming to the party. Why? Because I really don't want to face Gabby again. Oh, now it's coming back to me. What drove me to never go back and apologize after all these years? Fear and shame. Shame because I know I made a hideously stupid mistake and it's painful to face your mistakes. And fear of what they might say. With Lenore, we never broke up formally, so I was always afraid that if we were to meet again, she'd break up with me. And I don't want Gabby to tell me that she hates me to my face. Lenore was in the right to break up with me, and Gabby's in the right to hate me, but I don't want her to. Maybe if I never see her again, she'll never tell me that, and Jill, you idiot! Huh? You're thinking backwards. Didn't the letter say she wanted to understand you? If you bail out on this, she will hate you. Not only that, but you're getting a new chance here. Do you want to live the rest of your life running from another memory? Didn't you just say to Armitage that you hated feeling like that? Armitage? Titty hacker. Oh, Alma, right. I don't know what happened when you fought with that girl's sister. But now you have a chance to make amends. And not only that, you have us watching your back. So I want you to think about this. One day of fear, or a lifetime filled with regret. Which one do you pick? Yeah, you're right. I hated feeling like that, and I won't run away this time. Good, because I would have gone to your apartment and dragged you out of there if need be. Hey, boss. Thanks. That's what friends are for. Yeah. Anyway, let's start the day. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Seriously, though, it's the second note that has stirred such feelings in me. Second one? 2 weeks ago, I got another note in the mail. This one is from Lenore. Was that the envelope you took away from me in a panic? Yup. You haven't opened it? Why not open it with Gabby? You're facing one fear, might as well face the other. Maybe. Don't push her, Chief. I'm not, I just know she's capable of doing all that. I'll go secure stuff for the party. Call me if you need anything. Keep it up, Jill. Thanks. Ugh. Happy holidays! Hi, Stella. Someone's happy. We held a party for the staff and their children. You should have seen the faces on those kids receiving gifts. Nabbing that Santa suit at the last minute the other day was totally worth it. Santa dresses seem to have been popular this year. I heard they were sold out in most places. There was this weird shortage of Santa suits, but luck was on my side this year. Sorry for that outburst. Why? You look so happy, and I felt happy too. You shouldn't hide your happiness. Anyway, can you give me a cobalt velvet, please? Sure. Cobalt velvet for Stella. I am in the festive giving mood. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 10 of that. On the rocks. Mixed. Here you go. Thanks. Are you meeting with Say today? She should be here in a bit. She told me she wanted to drink here, and since I was coming here too, sadly, I can't stay for long. I have errands to run. How's she been lately? She's better. Her wounds have been healing really nicely. If only she stopped scratching at her bandages so often. What about her eye? I? Oh, hers. Sorry. It'll take longer to heal, but as long as it's kept clean, there should be no problem. But to be honest, I'm more worried about her emotional wounds. She doesn't show it, but she's had depressive bouts from time to time. And who can blame her? Her life changed completely. The job she loved no longer exists. She was used as a disposable pawn in the whole bank affair. I'm afraid it will all make her go back to her old ways. Old ways? There was a rough spot when Sei was a teen. Her mom's clinic was about to close, then her biological father, who was an asshole, showed up, and the teachers at her school didn't help. Sei was not a slow learner by any means, but her way of learning stuff is just different. She needs equivalences to things she knows. She needs to get a bit in her mindset. Once you get this, she's a fast learner. The schools don't have that kind of patience. They basically branded her a failure. She even dropped out. I would have suggested a special course somewhere else, but that would have offended her. She's always been against being labeled as special or different. Anyway, Sei was totally different during that period. Foul-mouthed, short-fused, always frowning, the total opposite of how she is nowadays. From time to time, I see that old look cross her face, and it scares me. You're comparing her to her teen self, though. People mature. Maybe she'll show signs from time to time, but I bet Sei knows better than to go back to that. I hope so. Give me something cold and sweet, will you? Sure. Cold and sweet. Cold and sweet. I think I've heard that one before. Okay. What is something she's ordered before that's cold and sweet? Oh, no. Risen is on vacation now. He can't be the little angel on my shoulder guiding me towards the correct responses. Okay. What is something she's ordered before? Well, that's not on the rocks. That's not on the rocks. That's not on the rocks. Moonblast is, but I don't know if she's ordered that. That's not on the rocks. Oh, that's the only one on the rock. That's the only sweet drink on the rocks. Okay. And we can't make it any bigger because it already is? Oh no, we can totally make it bigger. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 1, 1, 2. Hell yeah. So on the rocks. Blend that shit. Here you go. Thanks. This is the kind of stuff Sei asks for, you know? Now that you mention it. So, I take it Sei's family situation isn't exactly fine and dandy, huh? It's a mess they've tried to fix over time, and I'm glad to say they've actually done it. Sei's mom had a really abusive relationship with Sei's biological father. Sadly, like many women in that situation, she just tried to justify his actions. But apparently things got nasty when Sei's mom, Miss Emmy, got pregnant. At that point, she had an epiphany, one could say. She didn't want that guy to raise her child, so she finally sought help. Things weren't so easy, though. Before the authorities could take him away, Miss Emmy got a serious beating from him. She still uses a cane to walk thanks to that. She moved here. Sei was born. She started her veterinary clinic. So did he come back? He was drunk and couldn't find any drugs, so he was drunk and couldn't find any drugs, so he made it to the city. He caused a ruckus for a couple of days until Sei managed to scare him off. How? She beat him near to death 3 times. Let's fucking go. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but oh, don't worry, I laugh too. The dramatic irony there is delicious. I've been wondering, Can you really be so calm in the lower parts of the city? I mean, the streets are not exactly safe, and a cat boomer is sure to become a target. Well, I have my security staff with me at all times, so there's no problem. Besides, this part of the city is comfier. Come again? Sure, Uptown is cleaner and maybe more secure, but it's also too sterile. Around here, you can actually feel the warmth of people. You feel like they're people living. I especially like going to a busy food stand. I feel a warmth there that Uptown doesn't have. It's also easier to talk to people. You finally came. Welcome. If you try to talk to someone in the upper part of the city, they either shrug you off or flat out ignore you. People around here are a bit wary, but they're also more likely to talk to you. Not that things aren't nice there, though. Can I get you something? I feel like having a beer. Make that 2. But I just want one. I'm asking one for me, adding one to your order. Oh, that. Right. 2 beers for the girls. I love them. Let's make them big beers, because I'm in a very giving mood. Just mixed. We have a beer. How do I switch slots? There we go. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And mix 2 beers. Here you go. Thank you. Thanks. Say, you should have seen the kids after you left. They're all playing with the toys you picked. You nailed it again this year. They were all asking, where's Say? Where's Say? Why do they call you just Say when they call me Auntie Stella? I don't look that old. Don't worry, they still like you. Sorry I had to leave, but Mom worked overtime that night and I couldn't leave her alone. What happened? Well, there were fireworks and some dog thought it'd be safe to hide in a jar. The little guy managed to get his head and paw inside before getting stuck. It was just plastic, so they couldn't just break it. That's messy. She needed someone to hold the dog while she worked. Poor fellow was scared. Well, I'm out. Oh, yeah. We'll have a New Year's party this Saturday if you want to come. Sure, it's better than depressing myself with my dad's woes about the next fiscal year. I'll be there. Bye, Jill. Bye, Say. Careful. Please come again. You want to come too? I'd love to. I'll also make up for not coming last time. How was the party? Pretty nice. We played Truth or Dare. Had some fun, broke some glasses. Ate lots and lots of food. Seriously, looking back, the amount of food was ridiculous compared to the number of people who were there. Better leftovers than left hanging, don't you think? Yeah. Can I get you something? Let's try something classy. Okay, something classy for Say. Let's... I have rent. 250, 250, 280, 260, 250. You get a cobalt velvet. I have rent. On the rocks, mixed. Something classy. Yep, this is the thing. Stella came in quite cheery about Sunday. This Sunday? Oh yeah. Well, you know, her birthday is actually the 25th. Really? There's a weird story from when she was a kid. She heard Mega Santa's story, and somehow she got it into her head that being born on the 25th, she was the spiritual reincarnation of the original Santa. That made her start giving out gifts like crazy.
She got over it, but the gifting stuck to her.
Spiritual reincarnation?
Well, the story says that Redmond family destroyed Santa's spirit, and that Mega Santa was born as a manifestation of the Christmas spirit. She thought she was the old Santa's spirit in a new body. That girl was delusional as a kid.
Huh. Speaking of things you did when you were young, Stella mentioned she worried about you going back to your old ways. Something about a rough period where you were angry or something.
Oh, that. It's sweet that she's worried, but I won't go back to those days just like that, though. Even if I face the same situation, I'm more mature, you know? I'm not a teen anymore.
Expected as much. Told her as much.
Hey, can you get me something bubbly?
Sure. Something bubbly for the bubbly girl. 260, 280, 150, 200. Does she get another Cobalt Velvet? No, I'm not going to do that to her. I'm not going to give her another Cobalt Velvet. I don't think I've ever given out a frothy water, so we can do... We can do a frothy water. Here you go.
Bubbly, bubbly. Hey, Jill, this might seem a bit random, but do you remember the first time I came here?
Yeah, you're the second white knight I've served. I remember. Why?
Precisely because of that. I've been meaning to ask you about that story. How was your other experience with a white knight?
If I had to put it simply, the total opposite of you.
Oh?
She came here as part of her work, looking for information on some case. I went through the motions, offering her a drink and all that, but she came only for her job. At first, I thought she was just another private eye, but she showed me her badge and all.
What kind of case was it?
Oh, I wouldn't know. She never told me, but she asked if I saw some people. She got pretty intense when I told her that I had no idea who she was talking about. I suggested she try asking the vending machines outside, and she told me her suspect climbed on them. She got her info and she left. Pretty professional, if a bit intimidating. She seemed personally invested in the case, though. The way she lost her cool was suspicious.
You seem to be pretty good at reading people, Jill. It makes me kinda jealous.
Nah, I'm not good at that. It's just a coincidence that I noticed it.
But you noticed it. I'm not good at reading people. Even if the cue was thrown in my face, I wouldn't be able to see it.
I'm sure you can compensate with another skill. Any particular reason you asked me about that past event?
Not really, I just found the fact that I was the only other white knight you've served weird. I mean, really, just two?
Weird, I know. I've spent most of my life with almost no interactions with white knights, until I met you.
Means you've had a nice life, then. That sounded creepier than I thought.
A bit, yeah.
Well, I'm done for today. Thanks, Jill.
Please come again. I'll go take my break, Gil. Sure. Huh? Oh, it does day, month, year. I was like, what the fuck do you mean January 8th? It does day, month, year. Okay. I legitimately never noticed. It's now safe to keep playing. I wonder if I left food for 4. Okay. I'm hit. Dorothy? You won't get through the bar anytime soon. You can stop walking.
Honey.
You want something?
The usual, I guess. Usual. Usual.
The usual. Wonder what's wrong with her, though. I don't remember her usual.
Uh-oh.
I don't remember her usual. I don't remember her usual. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to go through the entire Rolodex of drinks in my head. It's not a bad touch. She's only ordered that, like, once maybe, and made a joke about it. It's not the Bleeding Jane. She only has that on special occasions, maybe once a month. Not a beer. Not a Bloom Light. I don't want to rule out Blue Fairy or Brantini, but that one's just been ordered a lot. I think... Is it Deal that orders the Brantini? But the thing is, Fringe Weaver also comes... Oh, Fluffy Dream. The letter F is in my mind. Blue Fairy, Fluffy Dream, Fringe Weaver. Blue Fairy, Fluffy Dream, Fringe Weaver. It's not the Cobalt Velvet. I've never seen anybody order a Crevice Spike, which is a terrible name for a drink. Not the Grizzly Temple, not the Gut Punch. None of the Blasts. Neither of the Pianos or a Pile Driver. Sparkle Star doesn't sound right. Suplex. Sugar Rush? No. No, not a Sunshine Cloud, not a Suplex, not a Zen Star. Okay. 33.3 repeating chance of getting this right. Fluffy Dream, Fringe Weaver, Blue Fairy. I don't think anybody has ordered a Blue Fairy enough. It could just be all of the F's blurring together. The combination of Fluffy Dream, Fringe Weaver, and Brantini, those are pretty popular drinks. The B and the F sounds blurring together in my mind to make Blue Fairy. I know people have ordered Blue Fairy, but I think I'm over-exaggerating how much that has been ordered. I want to say Fluffy Dream. Let me look at the... Sour Girly Soft? For some reason in my head she would want something sweet. Ah, oh, fuck, the Blue Fairy is sweet. Okay. It's the home stretch. It's... Oh, man. Here's the thing. I want to get that bonus for Flawless Service. I want to get Dorothy her usual because she's... Oh, man. Okay. Heads, I look it up. Tails, I don't. It'd help if I could fucking catch a coin. Okay. I'm actually gonna point it at the camera. Whatever is pointing at the camera. Tails. Don't look it up. Okay. My gut says fluffy dream. Oh, I'm about to make a terrible mistake. I'm about to make a terrible mistake. I know this is wrong just doing this. This is not right. This is not right at all. Oh. Pour one out for the pour one out for the good ending with Dorothy. Here you go. Okay, you're freaking me out. What's up with you? Hey. Did I get that right? Did I get that right?
Hey, honey. How do you know it's real?
How so?
I mean, how do you know if what you see is an actual thing? How can you tell if what you see around you is actually happening? What tells you everything is not actually a fabrication? What tells me I'm not just a simulation in a computer? And those ponderings brought you to the bar? What? Oh, I'm in the bar. Am I?
Dorothy. So you're having a solipsistic. So you're having a solipsistic crisis of sorts. I don't know that word. I like learning new words. Solipsism. The quality of being very self-centered or selfish. The view or theory that the self is all that can be known to exist. Oh. Okay. So it's the duality of, in philosophy, I'm the only thing that I know is real, you know. My brain could just be simulating everything else around me. I'm the only thing that I can tactfully know is real. My brain exists because it's me. That kind of thing. And because of that... Oh, I think she's about to fucking explain it. But then that slips into a self-centered worldview where nobody else is real. Because I'm the only thing that I can trust to exist. Weird. I like that. I like learning things.
What?
Solipsism. The theory that the self is the only thing that can be known to exist.
See? That's another thing right there. That word. Solipsism. What does it even mean? Where the hell did it come from?
Well, solus means alone, and ipse means self.
Yes, but how did it come to be? Do you expect me to believe that a lot of people just randomly decided to make noises? And decided, hey, let's make this noise mean this? It doesn't make sense. Words don't make sense.
I mean, that is quite literally how language works. Two ancient cave people met up and both agreed that, like, this sound mean rock, this sound mean... Yeah. That is exactly how language works. And the different regions will create different sounds for different words. Congratulations, Dorothy, you figured out language.
I've been repeating words for a long time, and they've stopped making sense. Why?
Calm down. That's just semantic satiation. That's just semantic satiation.
Stop making up words, honey. And then there's this counter. How can I be sure this counter is really here?
Yeah, it's just stringing words, it's just stringing sounds together that people agree upon for communication purposes. It is, please stop tapping it. Hold on, just making sure. I should make her a drink. At the very least, I'll have something to throw at her. You get a piano, woman. I have bills to pay. Stop tapping the counter so much. I'm this close to throwing this at your face.
Sorry.
Let's start from the beginning. Since when did you have this existential crisis?
Since earlier today, I think. I was remembering the good times I had with my guardian. But I don't know, it was all too sudden. I was thinking about everything that happened from a week ago until now. How much fun I was having, how much I loved everyone around me. And out of nowhere, the thoughts started piling up in my mind. What is love? What is fun? Are those feelings real? Is all of this real? Am I real? What tells me I'm actually in a body? What if I'm just some computer somewhere thinking it has a body? What if I'm just a human girl in a comatose dream? What tells me that you're real? Huh? For all I know, I might just be a figment of someone's imagination. Or even just an AI simulation in some computer that thinks it's a human. I've been there, Dorothy. That existential doubt and crisis, that uncertainty about whether or not things are real. It was a couple of months only, but I remember having panic attacks, scratching my arm to feel something. But the panic attack gave me a rush of adrenaline, so I couldn't feel the scratch and the fear got worse. What did you do to get over it?
Oddly enough, I read a book. The Last Rain in the World. One of my favorites. At one point, I cried with the book and I realized I was crying over fake things, a story and its characters. I didn't care less for them because they were fake. Why not think of reality like that too? Even if I'm a figment of someone's imagination, I'd still care about you. That's what I told myself at least. And it wasn't immediate, but that focus helped me.
I like it. Hey, can I take this drink?
I made it for you.
Thanks. Okay then. Why would you pour the drink on your head?
Why would you pour the drink on your head? I'm still gonna charge you for that.
Phew! Why did you throw it on your head? To feel something you made.
And?
It burns and itches a lot.
If I was a figment of someone's imagination, I'd say, damn, your imagination's weird. Why would you make me up? I'm such a strange person. If you're imagining me, why do you imagine me with pain and suffering? Every day sucks. Why would you imagine me this way? Every day I wake up and my neck hurts, my shoulders hurt, my back hurt, my legs hurt. Why would you make me like this? My stomach hurts, my heart hurts. Every day I wake up, why would you make me suffering? Why would you imagine me with the bad brain juice? Why would you imagine me with anxieties and depression? Why would you do this? Why are you imagining me to be just a little suffling gremlin? I'll get you a towel. Delivery for Dana's... Oh, I've been here before. Oh, this guy. What voice did I give Mario? Do you like... Why do you imagine people suffering? Do you like imagining people suffering? What's wrong with you? Why are you like this? What voice did I give Mario? Mr. Mario, welcome back. I don't think, even though he's Mario, I don't think I gave him an Italian accent. I gave him a gruff voice, because he was gruff in his introduction, so I gave him a tough, mean voice, I think. But that quickly softened, because he's not that mean of a guy. I have a delivery for Dana Zane. Who's that? She's my boss. I'll go get her. I'll give it to her. All right. Sign here, please. Guess it's a big package. I wonder what's inside. You should open it. If it's something perishable, maybe it'll need to be refrigerated. Let's see. It's a wiener. A really big wiener. See, this is why you should never open anybody's mail. Besides the fact that it is a crime. It's a crime to open other people's mail. You might find a big wiener in their package.
Hey, honey.
Hmm.
The big package had a big wiener inside.
What will your boss do with such a thing? I don't know. I don't know if she'll cook it. Perhaps she'll chop it.
Honey. Seems the wiener is too big to eat correctly. Stop. Maybe you could prepare some right now? What do you say, honey? Do you want some of your boss's wiener?
I don't. Seriously, Jill?
She's the one making the jokes.
And you're the one trying not to laugh too hard at them. Anyway, we all know if we dare cook this without her permission, she'll hang us upside down. She'll hang me upside down.
Hey, jacket boy, what's your name?
I'm Mario.
Come on, Mario, I'll buy you a drink.
Hmm? He might have another delivery, you know. This is the last one, actually. I'll accept your offer. I'll have a sunshine cloud. And you?
I'm fine.
Sunshine cloud for Mario. Let's actually... Again, I'm in a very charitable mood. We'll blast this delivery boy away with as much alcohol as I can put in this drink. Although I guess doubling the rest of the ingredients, I could... If I had not doubled the rest of the ingredients, I could have put so much more alcohol in here. Here you go. Thanks. Hey,
Call me Dorothy. You can also call me darling for the right amount.
Yeah, Dorothy. Why did you buy me a drink? Just to let you know, I don't swing that way.
What way, Lilum?
I'm a man's man. I like men, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with liking women, but...
Don't worry, I wasn't hitting on you. I was thanking you.
Thanking me?
Your package let me see honey here laughing like an idiot.
It's easier than you think.
That made me happy. And I don't know, it fit with what she was telling me earlier. I'm more calm than when I entered.
Glad to help, I guess.
Well, duty calls. Bye, Mario. Bye, John. Bye, honey. Enjoy your big wiener.
Out with you. Out. Be gone. She seems like a nice girl. I don't mean for it to sound like I get it. I get it. Don't worry. You like guys. It's clear. Speaking of, you like motorcycles, don't you? I do, yeah. Have you been to the Motor District? I spend all my free time in the Motor District, actually. Why? Is it true that they say all the illegal race... Is it true what they say about all the illegal races going on there? You're not a cop, are you? As far as I remember? No. Because you gotta tell me if you're a cop. Well, I mean, there are illegal races, but there's also a semi-legal league going on there. Semi-legal. The authorities acknowledge that the races are going on. They don't know what's going on in them, however. Modified engines, casualties, substance abuse. The illegal ones end up being safer in the end. Huh. Have you heard about a biker called Christine Love? Miss Love, of course. Everyone knows who she is. What about her? Is her gang as dangerous as they say? I don't know. Nobody knows. Excuse me? They look intimidating enough, but truth is that nobody's faced them directly. Moreover, nobody wants to be the one to get beaten to a pulp if they turn out to be what they seem. So her gang is just there, menacingly doing their own thing, not bothering anyone. Oh. Do you want anything else? I'll have a piano man. Alright, piano man for Mario. Let's... Oh, I can't make this one big. Fine. On the rocks, mix. Here you go. Yeah, this is nice. Hey, you two an item? What are you trying to say with that laughter, Gil? No, we're not. What's wrong with you? Huh? You work with this hunk of a man, you don't even feel at least a bit tempted? How can you be so calm when his smell's so close to you? Ever heard of the expression, his past is a fucking weight I don't want to carry? Because his past is a fucking weight I don't want to carry. If he even has a past at all. I'm having my doubts lately. Are you implying he's not good game? Oh, don't misunderstand. Gil is good game. He's not bad looking, he's a gentleman, he's always attentive. But he's also distant and will take many steps back when he feels like he's getting too close to somebody. You don't have to marry him. Just, you know, push into a closet and, not interested. You annoy me, bartender. You don't see what you have right in front of you. I'm out. Please come again. Oh, man. It's true. Gil is a handsome gentleman, but he's so mysterious. He's like a handsome kind of mysterious. Gil, you heartbreaking fuckboy. Back. Did anything happen? I discovered I have the sense of humor of an 8-year-old. Did anything new happen? Hey. They brought you a package. Ah yes, my curated wiener. It's a gift from my folks. It was delayed in customs, but here it is. You guys want some of it? That's a new one. Have some pocket money, I'm out of excuses. Flawless service. Total funds. We are almost halfway to rent. We have, on the 30s, we have 2 more days. 2 more days. To get $6,000. Oh god. Oh god. We're not gonna make it. I shouldn't have bought all that shit after my electric bill. I shouldn't have bought all that shit after my $8,000 electric bill. It's fine. We'll just be homeless. The game will just end with Jill being homeless. Yeah, $8,000 electric bill. It's bad. It was like, hey, you have like 10 days to get $8,000 for your electric bill. And I'm like, oh, 10 days for $8K? That's not that bad. So we raised it, I paid the bill, and like the same day, it's like, we just paid a bill. We can buy some stuff. So I bought like 3 or 4 like of the cheaper items in the shop. Maybe only 2 or 3 of the cheaper items in the shop. And I'm like, there, I feel good because we paid a thing. And then the next day, it was like, oh, you have less than a week, maybe like 5 or 6 days to get $10,000. And one of the days we didn't work because it was a holiday. One of the days we didn't make any money because it was a holiday. You have 5 to 6 days to get $10,000. I think I ended up spending $2,000. So if I didn't spend that $2,000, we'd be sitting at around, we'll say 6,000. I don't know if it'd be more or less than 6,300. But then it would just be, oh, 2 days to make $2,000? We could do that. Literally buying the crap from the shop fucked me. And I'm so mad about it. What's going on at the let's look at fucking Reddit, I guess. These 2 top ones are new, right? Yori new season. It's finally here. I can't believe I'm alive for this day. Thank you, based god. All boards report in. Based? What year did this game come out? How long has the word based been around? Because I know the origins of the word based from the rapper that was just kind of doing his own thing. All boards report in. What other boards, you idiot? Nice, more stupid Moe blobs. YY gets new season, but the actual best YY is still up in the air. My internet service gets cut off tomorrow because I can't afford it anymore. Wake up! Get a job, you stupid neat. What does neat mean? Oh god, here we go. Prepare hot cocoa. Sit in comfy couch. Put on my favorite mega Christmas sweater. See snow falling outside. Turn on the heater. Get my blanket. Watch Glorious YY and fall asleep when it ends. I am the comfy. I wish I was as comfy. Have work tomorrow. Enjoy the Yorus for me, Danger You. This thread is closed. That bar called Valhalla. Is it any good? I need a place to unwind after work. Normies are taking over, huh? Everyone is a neat just like me anyway. Place is cool, but the bartender can be a bit of a dick. How so? I've been there. I've never been there, so I wouldn't know. Is she cute? I can take it if she's cute. She's cute, but I think she's a bit full of herself. The guy seems a bit more of a bro. I see you already had a conversation with her. Did she reject your advances? Nah, I just heard from the distance. So, is that a no? Kind of. I mean, if you're going there just to chat, I just want a place to chill for a bit, meet new people. Can I smoke there? Is there any bar from the BTC where you can smoke? Nope. Bummer. Well, I think I'm going next week then. It sounds good enough for me. This came out in 2016? Sick. It's so weird seeing people, talk about you. Like, seeing people online talk about you. Gross. Okay. Y2K, the final remaster, leads the video game charts. The newest remaster of 2016's Y2K postmodern RPG opens the charts this week with 3.5 million copies shipped on its launch day. Other titles this week include new releases such as Hatsune Miku Project R Remaster and Sting's Face Remastered. Full chart including lifetime sales, Y2K The Final Remaster, Hatsune Miku Project R Remaster, Sting's Face, Water Pro Wrestling G, Dang It, Rune Paul. Alright. Woman marries anime pillow. Nobody is actually surprised. I remember a time when wacky stuff like this made a lot of headlines. But even though I'm reporting on it, I can't help but think how mundane it's become. I mean, we live in a world where you can just plug into the internet and live there for as long as your wallet can afford related fees. Lots of people get married in these virtual spaces thanks to new technology. The traditional views on human relationships have changed so much that someone marrying a literal object feels kind of tame now. If the pillow had some form of intelligence, it might be somewhat different, but it's just a plain, generic anime hug pillow. Get with the times, Grandma. First space colony plans to develop its own army? Uh-oh. Even though space was imagined as the promised land, a place where humanity would start over, it looks like we're about to repeat our mistakes from the past. The first space colony, Shin Outer Paradise, is currently in talks to develop its own privately owned army, following alleged threats from a notorious terrorist group. We're discussing it right now, but the law is most likely approved. We'll have an army, and we'll defend our motherland from any terrorist threat. Alice Rabbit chimed in during a private stream. This terrorist group does not exist. Don't let the Outer Paradise government fool you. The only reason for this law is so they can have more control over the population. Alice Rabbit is in space too? Amazing. Alright, let's go to work. Good evening. Jill. I'm out to get fireworks. Firecrackers. Firecrackers? It's New Year's, right? We need some. Wouldn't firecrackers scare off the Yeah, good idea. Go ahead. I'll be back in a bit. Even for a cat lover, you sure get excited about fireworks a whole lot more than when dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Hey, Jamie's here. Greetings. Anyway, let's start. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Ah, the guy that wouldn't come back twice. Yeah, shut up. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago? On Friday? Yeah. Yeah, there was lots of weird explosion noises through the night. Was it 2 weeks ago or 2 days ago? My brain filled in the gaps, it's fine. But as far as I understand, those were made by a flying drone or something like that. So it flew by here. I take it you know what made the noise? Let's just say it. Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard. Right. The noise got annoying after a while, I must say. So it remained in the vicinity? I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Distant explosions all night. Interesting. So it didn't get far away. Now give me a Mars blast. Stop thinking about that joke. He wants a Mars blast. She's distracted thinking about the potty humor joke, but it's fine. We can power through because I remember that he wanted a Mars blast. Just blended? Okay. Here you go. Well, you didn't mess up. Sorry if I may interject. You looking for a fight? Most certainly not. You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size. I can fight, Daddy. He kills people for a living. I can fight, Daddy. Jill, please. You make it sound like you make me sound like a savage. It would be like me saying you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that. You're right. Sorry. And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seem to like strong drinks. What about it? Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one here who enjoys them aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? Might be to your liking. Okay, let's try this suplex thing. Right? I'd like to say a rabbit? No, he wanted a suplex. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. On the rocks, mixed. Here you go. Good stuff. Less a burn and more punchier. But punchier. Like a less burning but punchier pile driver. Say, your face looks familiar, Mr. Call me Jamie. And you are Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe when I need to look for a specific file, Adam. Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge? I did, actually. Figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. Almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection that feel oddly suicidal. So why go through the whole thing? Rejection? Need to hide something? The second one. It's easier to remain undetected when there are no means to track you or your activities. I see. How does the expunge work? You lie in a pressure chamber and they give you a special IV solution. Causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours you're trapped in a bed while a horrible pressure builds up in your body and nanomachines are forced out. They're like little needles all over your body. You feel them in your eyes, in your gums, in your toes, everywhere. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. Ow. What are you having, Jamie? This is a gut punch. Yeah, should have figured. Hey, give me one of those. Sure thing. Fuck. Can't just ask what the order was, that'd look unprofessional. It was a gut punch. It was like 2 seconds ago. I'm in a giving mood. Let's make it big. Aged, mixed. Here you go. Yeah, I love these. Looks different from yours, though. I had a couple of extras to his, actually. So where's the antibody unit they stuck you with, Jamie? Inside, like all other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in the body outweighs the cons. And the rest of the enhancements? Were you reconstructed or have you been adding them over time? Over time, either by getting a much-needed enhancement or through fixing injuries. I see. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave. Nice meeting you, Ingram. Please come again. Don't count on it. You've said that twice now. Shut up. Seemed like a nice guy. Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch. Maybe you caught him on a bad day. Nah, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicer side of people. Oddly enough, that guy tires the hell out of me. Someone's in a good mood. Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood too. The lead actor of Night of the ID Snatcher's name was... I can almost remember it. Alma wants a bad touch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. On the rocks. Mixed. Here you go. Jill, you have such a petty sense of humor. Guilty as charged. So who put you in a good mood? Oh yeah, that. Today, my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got fucked in the back of a parking lot. And to top it off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being. So she really messed it up, huh? When she came back to the house and Diana started throwing a When they came back to the house and Diana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump into the highway. And Ava comes and says, then make sure it kills you because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple. I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but I don't know. Maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now. You hold quite the animosity for Diana, don't you? She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time, so we even slept in the same bed for a while. Then she turned into a teenager. We stopped playing, she had other things she wanted to do. I could forgive all that, I mean the age difference and all, but there was something in particular I still can't forgive. It was the day she invited her friends to the house, and I went to ask her something. As I was leaving, one of the friends asked if I was her sister. And she said she had no little sisters. Ouch. I think that was the moment that finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her so much as a kid. I admired her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed. And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years? Hey. It's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but still. The Diana who said all those things so many years ago was the same Diana that I know today. How so? She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult. She's an overgrown, horny teen. So aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she made sure not to fix that impression. Huh. But enough about me. How are you? Everything's fine. Aside from this note. A note? Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead ex's sister? Yeah. I guess I got this note from her. Let's see. Wow. She must really feel bad about the whole thing. As do I. So what's the problem then? The same fear that drove me away from her in the first place. Right. Give me a Brantini, will you? There's a little story I want to tell you. Right. Brandtini. Aged, mixed. Here you go. This is the thing. Let's start. Boo! Oh, hell no. This is the story of a girl who grew disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon it became animosity, and not long after that, she distanced herself completely from said sister. With time, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements.
All I can look at right now are those boobs.
Not now. Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend, not soon after. And after the girl went into college, said girl would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job.
What if I hire your high-ranking lips?
Shut up. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like a part of her had crumbled. Now look here. Now look here. Now look here. I deserved something nice. I deserved something nice.
Hey, Joe. Can I lift her sweater? Do you want to see? I bet you want to see.
Alright, enough.
Enough? Shit. Peace out.
I know the girl is you, and the sister is your elder sister. Please get to the point. Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she will be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it. Yeah, you're right. My mouth's dry. Can I get a beer? Alright. Wait. If only I could remember that song's lyrics. Nope, just a beer. Don't worry about it. Just a big beer. Great title, streamer. Absolutely. That's it? Just mix it? Hell yeah. Here you go. Thanks. So tell me, did you and this Gabby girl get along? Oh yeah. I never had brothers or sisters, and once Lenore introduced me to her as her sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister, and she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister too. I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both a big and little sister, if you don't grant that girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you. Yeah. Oh, there's a small New Year's party this Saturday if you're interested. Oh, sure, I'll be there. Remember, I won't forgive you. Yeah. Oh, I'll go take my break. Alright. You were here? You were quite absorbed in the conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you, didn't you hear? Anyways, call me if anything comes up. Look, I can't help it if I've got robot voices in my head. I can't help it when Anna does or doesn't show up. Know what I mean? Ooh. Ow. Oh, my shoulder. It is now safe to keep playing. It's less chilly today. Jill, the kid's looking for you. Ah, shit.
Hey.
Norma.
You're back.
Fuck you. You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Crap. I said it out loud.
Yeah, actually. I wanted to thank you.
Phew, she thought it was for her. Thanked me? Well, for starters, Did I give Norma an accent? I feel, oh god, there's so many fucking characters. I feel like I gave her an accent.
For starters, I'm not complying, and by not complying and giving me alcohol, everything else would have fallen apart if I had some. So responsible, Joe. I kind of faced my mother and told her about all the pressure she was putting on me, and said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do.
And?
Well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me that it'd be a waste to spend money in a university just for me not to give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but I was free to explore.
Glad to hear that.
And, well, I wanted to thank you for that.
Me?
If I just rushed headfirst into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you are right. I would be hurting her for the sake of hurting. So thank you.
Don't worry about it.
I'll leave before it's too late outside.
Be careful.
So sweet.
Shut up. Hey, Jill, mind helping me here?
Sure.
Make a bleeding Jane, please. Alright, he wants a bleeding Jane. Let's get our coworker as blitzed as they will allow. So that's 6 and 6 blend. Thanks.
Hey, Joe. Do you hate me?
Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you.
Like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me.
And why can I?
You're the main character. Dunno.
What are you?
A cute girl.
Right. You okay, Jill? Making a lot of faces there.
Yeah, just remembering stuff.
Could you give me a hand here and serve a beer, please?
Sure.
Oh, am I helping him with some of his customers and not... Okay. Thanks.
Would you lighten up if I showed you I can interact with the environment?
Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try.
Yeah. There.
Can't say anything.
You sure?
Yup.
Weird. Nobody expects the Dorth Inquisition. Dorth Inquisition. Dorth Inquisition. Dorth Inquisi- Ow! I bit my tongue. Can't believe I'm using my spare tongue so early in the night. Honey.
Hey, Dorothy.
I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream?
Sure. A bartender at a tender bar. The bartender! From Judgment! It's the bartender from Judgment! Nope, fluffy dream. And correct, aged, mixed.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, before you leave.
What? You guys throwing a New Year's party too?
Yeah, actually.
Sure. I'll be here then. Well, I've got things to do, so...
You do? Who does? Sorry, I, sneezed. Weird sneeze?
Anyway, I'm out for now. Oh yeah, Joe. Take care of Becky, please.
Man, she was in a rush.
Okay, fuck that noise.
Fireworks are sold out everywhere.
I'll need to get them through more shady means.
She's gonna buy them from the internet. She'll find them and put us all at risk of burning. I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher at hand.
Please.
Well, I guess that's it for today. You sure you're fine?
I am, don't worry.
Hey, Jill. Mind if I ask a silly question? You've seen my clients, you can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers can get on my nerves, though. Sorry. What did you want to ask? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess their second set of ears look like a cat's, but the word boomer seems so out of place. Not so much when you consider it's not them, but their parents who are called such. Oh, God. There's a deeply problematic layer to the fact that it's parents making their children into little cat boys and girls and theys and thems and others. Little... Oh, there's a deeply problematic layer to having a kid and being like, anime cat girl, anime cat girl. Okay. Oh? Let's go back a bit first. You do know why cat boomers look like that, right? Because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still a fetus, right? It's called the Yamakasi-Romanova treatment. Or was it the Romanenko-Yamada treatment? Let's call it the catification procedure. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment on a fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funding got cut in the middle of it, at a critical point that could make or break the whole thing. Not to mention Zaibatsu Corp's record for not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of the research was funded by Maki Stangovich. Stangovich. Was it Stangovich? Let's call him Stangovich for now. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter was diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Stangovich funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiment was a success. The girl, Sylvia Stangovich, didn't die. She became the living testament of a scientific breakthrough. But then the story of how things played out for Sylvia got sensationalized in the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn child go through the catification procedure, even if they had no ailments at all. All because one particular girl whose life got saved through that treatment became a media darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born. And their parents got called cat boomers? A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. The fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for people with the protrusions instead of their parents. This is fascinating to me because this feels like how actual slang works. This feels like how actual slang works. I like that a lot. You keep calling them protrusions. Why is that? Because that's what they are? Huh? You didn't think those things on their head were ears, right? Sure, they can be moved because they're somehow connected to the facial and ear muscles. Thus, they can move like a cat's and reacts to their mood. But in the end, they're just appendages with no real function. It still surprises me a bit, though, that the biggest mutation that they get after the treatment is just that. Those ears are a small miracle on their own. People have been born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. You really thought they were functional ears, huh? Let's say I learned quite a bit today. Thank you. Don't worry. I feel like I should apologize for talking so much instead. And keep in mind, I'm fucking up the terms. I don't want you to say something... I don't want you saying someone got protrusions because of a catification procedure. I'll keep it in mind. Wait! What? Yeah, the guy's name was Stenjevich. Huh? I just remembered Sylvia Stenjevich was around my age, and when I was a teen, there was some TV specials featuring her, and I just remembered that I had the biggest crush on her. Now that I think about it, that crush had me very confused back then. And did you need to shout just now? Sorry. In any case, I'm out for the day. Alright, careful out there. Oh, I should get a New Year's bonus. Don't you think? I should get a New Year's bonus. I'm gonna stress eat my feelings. I'm gonna stress eat these nuts. Let's see what's going on Not Reddit. Any tips for a new friend in this wonderful land, surviving in Glitch City? Oh boy. Self-deprecating thread. Don't trust in white nights, and don't go out after 5 p.m. unless you want to get mugged or murdered. Bring a portable chair everywhere, you'll have to line up for flour. Get used to eating what you find. Shortages are getting out of hand. I've been eating rice with butter for months now, but I guess it could be worse. Don't jinx it, please. I have enough as it is. So coming here was a mistake. Why would you come here anyway? Visiting family, but now I want to take them out. Do it while you can. Yeah, airlines are leaving the city. Soon, we won't even be able to escape. Can I even get some weed in this crap hole somewhere? Yeah, I just PM'd you a good dealer. Jesus Christ. Alright. BTC closing 40% of its bars in Glitch City. The British Trademark Council is facing some economic troubles in Glitch City. Is everybody in this game supposed to be British? Here's the thing. I noticed some slang. There's some slang. Like, I think, Virgilio at one point called somebody a mate. Or, some mates I met up with or something. This game blends Eastern and Western very well. There's clearly a lot of Japanese influences around here. So I just thought when British slang came up, it was just also an influence. But if Glitch City stuff is directly... And if the British Trademark Council is directly supplying Glitch City with bars... Huh. The British Trademark Council is facing some economic troubles in Glitch City, and it looks like they're on their way out. Blaming rising inflation rates and a weak currency, the BTC has given the order to disband almost half of its recreational businesses in the city. We can't keep doing business like this. Glitch City has a negative impact on our earnings, and we can't continue in the red, a PR representative told the Augmented Eye. Prime Minister Quincy, on the other hand, thinks the BTC is just too greedy. They make a lot of money already, and now they're crying because they can't have more? Give me a break. Fuck you, Quincy. Late to the party, Augmented Eye. Wearing socks with sandals in public is now a crime. Oh boy. I like to say we have the freedom to wear whatever we like in the streets of Glitch City, so long as we adhere to decency rules. However, that's about to change. Glitch City's Department of Public Decency has declared that wearing socks and sandals together is a punishable crime. If convicted, the guilty face 3 days in jail as punishment for using that abominable combo. Well, what do you think? Should we wear whatever we want, or should the fashion police of high society decide for you? Whatever the case, I think I'll simply stick to the right side of the battle. Goodbye, socks with sandals. Birth rates decrease as the youth prefer Lilum Company. At the beginning of the century, the idea that people would rather be with robots instead of other humans was treated as a joke. But the reality is that the convenience of these kinds of relationships have become immensely. Okay then. Immensely popular among Glitch City's youth to the point where birth rates are beginning to decrease at an alarming rate. Good! Fucking a robot is birth control. Fucking a robot is birth control. Annie Mae, a 17-year-old student, agrees with this general sentiment. It's just so much better than dealing with other people, you know? You can just make your own perfect partner. Oh, and sex is amazing. Don't even get me started. It's expected that new regulations will soon be announced to address the situation. Don't. What? How dare you? How dare you tell me I can't fuck a robot? I'll be having words with Prime Minister Quincy. Personally. Let's go to work. Dawn of the final day. We're not making rent, gang. We're not making rent, gang. Good evening. Hey. Okay, so we've almost got everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so, I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not gonna say anything, Jill? If it means not being delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine, give me the list. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. Did you know Gil has a crush? What? A client of his, a girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming on to him for ages, and he's only just started opening up. But he's taking steps backwards, and I'm not gonna let him. He's opening up for fuck's sake. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it. That's right. Huh. Alright then, to the office I go. As for me, it's time to mix drinks and change lives. And eat this peanut. Gil with a crush, huh? This place. Great. Oh, if it isn't... It's Kiramiki! It's her! It's the idol girl! Hey, Jill. Sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Boss, stalked woman incoming. Door's open. Go ahead, the door to the left. Thanks. Hello there. Oh, hi there. The other one, that's the bathroom. Wait, what's the dog doing? What the dog doing? What the dog doing? Now where did she... Oh, the hellhole. Perfect. Hey kid, I'll have the usual. Right. Huh, your memory after 2 weeks? Donovan's usual drink is a big old beer. How could I forget this tutorial ass? I know he's not the tutorial, Gil is the tutorial, but like... And then... mixed. Here you go. This seems right. Paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening, they'd stay and do more reports.
but they're all asking for vacations, and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with new sort of rewards for whoever produces the most reports.
I see no difference in my feed, though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right?
A shitty page that will over-sensationalize anything and report useless things. Of course I know.
Then why not try to rectify that image?
To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls in the non-pleasant way. Zaibatsu Corp and Company have an eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report on them once and they'll find something to fine you with. Twice and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, and the best case scenario is they buy the damn operation and keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out that week. But if I overstep, my ass is out of line. Huh. Glad to see this hellhole is still in one piece. The BTC has been going apeshit closing bars lately.
Oh yeah, that.
Yesterday they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week they closed 3 small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants.
Huh.
Not to mention there's like 100 people have BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at the BTC after this whole thing.
Man, shit ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlet talks about that.
Alright, kid. Let's try a moon blast now.
Come again?
Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time.
A moonblast, that's new for him. Only $180, huh? Could you buy something more expensive, please? On the rocks and blended. I'll make it small in case he doesn't like it. I don't want to serve him a big drink he doesn't like. Here you go.
Now let's see what the ruckus is about.
So... What brought you here?
Alright, didn't you see a Lilum coming in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up.
Not really.
Did she jump to the roof then?
Why are you looking for her? Did you want an interview?
Not really, just hitting on her.
Ew. I mean, I get it, but also, so fucking blunt, dude. Your personality is really abrasive.
Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring.
Why, though? Are you that bored? Don't you have, like, a family or something?
Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also, hot ass and tits. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fuck and curious as shit right now. I want to know just how detailed those King Class CH-1A models are. Personally.
This dude has no filter. And so you followed her.
I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson.
Me! You're in front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something?
A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. So that Lilum isn't here, huh? I'll have to find a busty enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, please give me a pile driver.
Right. Let's give him a pile driver, literally. Just mixed. Here.
Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her.
The guy left.
Oh, alright. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. Hope your sister likes the video.
No, thank you. Seems you had a hearty talk.
Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister's a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos.
How nice of you.
It's nothing really, and she did hide me. It's the least I could do. But, well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet?
Sure. Miss Idol wants something sweet. Piano woman. I will drain you of your cash. Give me your money. Aged. Mixed.
Here you go. Thanks.
So, do you know why Donovan was following you?
I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time, too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him.
I see. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you.
You don't say. Well, not like you'd have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship.
Wait, you are?
It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear it try to dismiss it as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now.
Really?
We were both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made on my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. He offered to help with that after he read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough, and it wouldn't hurt to try.
How nice. He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. You know, I've met 2 fans of yours lately.
Really?
Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing.
I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious in my opinion. I have many fans doesn't sit well, so I like many people who like my music better. Fan evokes an uglier and more pretentious image of me. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music?
To be honest, I haven't had that much exposure to your work, but the few things I have heard are really good. And not going to lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't like it.
It's so nice to hear. Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea?
Let me see. Something tea-like. Something bitter but girly is fine. Spiced tea. Here.
Perfect.
Hey, you're a King Class CH-1A, right?
That I am.
May I ask you something about your model?
Sure.
Are there any differences between you and a DFC-72 besides the fact that not like a single letter or number in common and clearly entirely different models?
We both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have the port on their heads, which makes them more versatile. My line lacks that, or the resilience of the DT-01Ds, and we're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say.
Ah, I see. So, anything new for this concert?
Well, it is an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those that couldn't go to the first one. But we always try to spice it up. Like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time, I sang a cover of a song by B-Link. Of course, in return, they sang Your Love Is a Drug.
Ah.
So you know the B-Link girls? really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different they are from their onstage personas.
Really?
Suzu, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Aina is a party girl through and through. If they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy. Huh. Hard to believe. I mean, their image is that of stoic girls with little expressions. Almost like living Victorian dolls or something. Well, they wanted to pop out in the public. They once told me, if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept. So they took the opposite route of becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs. I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cutesy idols would be unkempt, tone-deaf girls spewing vitriol and hate. True, I guess. Well, I gotta go. But let's have a Sparkle Star first.
Alright. Sparkle Star for Miss Idol. Could you order something more expensive? Let's get you blasted. I guess I can add, oh no, I can't. That's the end of it. Alright. Aged. Mixed. Here you go.
Sparkling. Well, it's always a pleasure, Jill.
Please come again.
Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you.
Boss, Gil's back. I'll take my break.
Alright.
Gil's so handsome. We are gonna save. It is now safe to keep playing. Note to self. Buy oil for that door. Alright then. Gil, you're in my spot, please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Then let's go with that then. Right, he is distracted. Greetings. Ah, Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with a Bleeding Jane today. Bleeding Jane for Stella. Blend that shit. Fuck. Shit. I don't know what I did wrong. I should have paid more attention, I guess. Here you go. Thank you. So what brought you here today? Waiting for Say? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped by to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean. Gil is the one you can owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Hey, Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank... After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down. bricking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on. Any white knights still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynchings, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So, between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're in a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, every single piece of the armor fetch a high price these days. Could anyone see any profit from that research to justify those expenses? It's new tech, a whole new field ripe with patents just opened for many. So, I'd say yes. Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how. There is one weird case, though. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit. Unique? The guy had a really small unit, 5 people including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modded to the point that they looked like a squad of henshin heroes. Hen what? Ahem. They looked really gaudy. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people around would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting, the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. It always helps to put on a front that make people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. True. Wait. Here's a freebie. A fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces, but regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I guess even Zaibatsu has its limits, huh? People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corp because, let's face it, they're far from innocent, but they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city just trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in loads of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks or the like. They are dystopias of their own. Then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just the front that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corp chose. He makes a fool of himself and the attention is taken away from whatever it is that Zaibatsu Corp is actually doing. Yeah. So what you were saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park? I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. No, seriously, hen what? Ahem. Can I get a Brantini here, please? Sure. She wants a Brantini and is avoiding my question. Aged mixed Brantini. Here you go. Thanks. So I take it you're in a good mood today? Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Kiramiki concert. Nice. Oh, right. As it turns out, she was just here. Again? Sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised that she remembered my name, though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true? Amazing! I mean, you always want the famous people to be nice in real life, but having such backing to that claim, to hear that she's so nice to everyone, it's nice to hear, you know? In fact, many think that's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for. I'm just gonna crack one of these. Ah, I see. I mean, I guess. You don't want to feel like you're supporting crappy people. Although, to be honest, I've never put much thought into that one. Hell, half the time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I care much. Being a nice person will take you far, though. My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. And he has actually managed to get certain contracts over other more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like good advice. But more importantly, Daddy? Ahem. Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance, and you'd be surprised at how easily I could disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. I see. I wonder if I could get the disabled line with Sei in her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about how much she doesn't need it and she shouldn't abuse that. Hey, can you get me a classic drink? She wants something classic. 150, 200, 200. Bleeding Jane is fine. And blend that shit. Here you go. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they haven't been with us for so long. They've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad has always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend the plants. Man, that sounds nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job. I could find something for you. Thanks for the offer. Wait. I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but that would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? Zaibatsu have been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they'd be using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using the suits that are by all means illegal? The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And the city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though. Have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point in our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Ah, Alma.
No, hello?
You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you?
It's basic courtesy, something I will fight to uphold. First the greeting stop, then saying please and thanks stops, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy.
You're exaggerating.
Am not. In fact, I'll go through that door again and expect you to properly greet me this time.
Fine.
Hello, Jill.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary. Moonlight streaming. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary. Over many a tale of forgotten lore. Fuck, how does the Raven go? I had to perform it once. I had to perform the entirety of the Raven as a monologue at some point in high school. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary. Is it KG certain? Fuck it. Oh, I feel bad I can't remember. I love the Raven. Over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. My high school never had that stuff, nothing related to the arts. This was an English assignment, I think. We all had to pick... Weirdly enough, so I did as much of the arts as I could in high school, but like, a lot of what I did was like tangentially related. I was a choir kid, I was a theater kid, I was also stagecraft. I ran the shows when I wasn't in them. But for things like band, I ran their sound equipment at shows, but I never played an instrument in band, but I hung out with the band kids and stuff. But no, this was an English assignment. We all had to pick it wasn't necessarily like a classic monologue, or there was no like assignment to it, but it was just pick a passage. And at that point I was really into that style of more gothic literature, you know, your Edgar Allan Poe's, Bram Stoker's Dracula. I was in that phase of my life, as were we all at some point. While I nodded, nearly napping. We had none of those programs, no arts, no music, any English assignments, or just reports that weren't just reports were automatically passed. Damn. I am so sorry. Oh, but what I was gonna say is, whenever I did have like theater classes and stuff, I never actually had the theater teacher was also an English teacher, and I had him for English classes. But my theater teacher was the band instructor for some reason, and she was like ex-Navy or something. Like, she was really strict, and it's like, you should be having fun in a drama class. I ain't having fun. But no, I'm sorry about that. Good old Texas is pretty lax. Oh, that explains it. Damn. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this, and nothing more." "You overdid it. You totally overdid it," quoth the bartender. I did not. "So you like poetry?" I had a phase. Can I get you something? Let's start with a big cobalt velvet. Sure. Big cobalt velvet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 10 Carmatrine. On the rocks mixed. Here you go. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bell? What? Wow, you went pale. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd. Today, my daily card readings told me that I'd meet great change, thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into an occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured, or why the essay was wrong. Jill, I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left. I could think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that have all that stuff archived. Why? Why? Sheesh, relax, it's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? We've all been young, Jill, relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. The internet never forgets. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? Gods, no, I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... I don't know, I like the way you looked. All dressed in black with a rare accessory popping out, thanks to the color. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick? Oh god, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday, I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used a search engine, you know. I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed him for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now that I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them, I have to ask though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69, like in reference to both the lovers and the hermit. God, tarot shit. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten things up a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. Sugar rush. Sugar rush. Mixed. This is the most alcoholic I can make it. Here. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past, I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing? Yup. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends I'd describe as such, that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight and me just saying, keep the fucker. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit, and before you know it... Anyways. The other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but I wanted to get married. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well, yet we had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't? Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe he'd change his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point, I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will ya? Sure. Let's get her eine beer. Just mixed. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you're really embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get the implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, in honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you that one, and only one chance to call... I'll grant you one, and only one chance to call me by my full name as a compensation then. I gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping me, because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Chopped. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first reason is that I spend a lot of time typing, and these replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel. Oh, well, that makes sense. There's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like a computer cursor. There's lots more, but there's small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How did your family take the operation? They took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand was completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get a natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment, and it could pass off as her original hand, no problem. Last I heard we were compatible, and the family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry. It sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. Now you don't. Why? You just call me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance, and only one chance, and you just used it up. Damn it! Surprise! Hey, Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but, do you believe in ghosts? Hey, not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters could leave the body after death, and then acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still, an interesting read, though. I see. I'm not going crazy. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault you're not convinced that you're crazy. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about Gil? For some reason, the idle girl left him like that, it seems. You think? It might have been while he was out. True. Hey, boss. You're a fan of wrestling, are you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so that I am. Yeah. Why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, we would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but no, seriously, 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show. It just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. True. Wrestling is... I'm tangentially... I have a lot of friends that are into wrestling, and a lot of, like, content I consume online is tangentially related to wrestling. Like, people who run this YouTube channel also run this wrestling YouTube channel. Things like that. So, like, I hear about a lot of wrestling, and I respect it. It is a very unique form of theater. That being said, WWE and Vince McMahon need to go to prison. They need to shut all that shit down. I'm so fucking tired about hearing the like largest promotion in the world is full of shits. Japanese wrestling is cool. Impact in England, from what I've heard, is good. Lots of smaller promotions. But yeah, for the most part, fuck WWE. But I'm also not that invested. I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. Though I never watched it personally. Yeah, so basically, wrestling, unfortunately, is so old. It comes from a time when things were like, oh, this is only for boys, so we can get by being sexist. And now that is most certainly not the case, and there's a lot more, you know, there's some great, like, female wrestlers that are out there doing a lot of fun things. And I have some friends who are women that are super into wrestling, and that, you know, I have a friend who used to report on wrestling. Like, she's met some, like, wrestlers and done, like, interviews and stuff. Like, she's super into it. She's awesome. But, yeah, so WWE has always been... So the guy in charge of Vince McMahon has always been weird. He would, like... Some of the storylines he would write for WWE are uncomfy. Like, problematic. I think in some cases, if it were real, it would be illegal, but since everybody knows it's staged, he got away with it. You know, it was all acted. Yeah. And there was just some stuff that, like, finally came to a point, and it was revealed that there was actually some illegal stuff going on there. And everybody that was formerly involved with like, a lot of the, like, wrestlers turned actors, like, I think John Cena was one of them. But yeah, a lot of wrestlers who are no longer in that promotion, no longer in WWE, were just like, man, they gotta get their act together. These people committed crimes. And instead of saying, hey, they should be arrested for committing crimes, it was like, man, I feel like, God, my friend he really shit the bed on this one. He's got to get his act together. No, he's got to be arrested for crimes. Anyway. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh, well, wait, what? Come here, fuck boy. Fuck boy. Ah! 8th grade what? Cool, so Gil died. Flawless service. I made $1,000 in tips. No! We needed $10,000. We needed $10,000. We needed $10,000. I'm so fucking mad. I'm shaking. I'm so fucking mad. Fuck, dude. Let's break this down. We needed $859.50. $859.50. Your rent contract is now invalid. Please vacate the place by February or discuss a renewal with your landlord. Jill couldn't pay her rent. This will distract her at work. Have a very nice day. We're so close. Oh, thank you, Kiramiki. Valhalla. The name sounds silly and a bit hard to pronounce. Good thing it's actually called Valhalla. The funny numbers and letterings are just a code. Anyway, I visited this cute and small bar downtown twice after getting lost for a bit. I think the area was called the Neon District. At first it was a bit scary. No endings for you. No endings at all? At first it was a bit scary because I forgot my way back, but once I got in there I felt really safe and at home. The bartenders are a bunch of sweethearts and the boss was such a class act. I even took a photo with her and sent a video to her little sister. I look forward to visiting again. The drinks were very tasty even though they weren't made of real alcohol. I don't know if I want the bar to suddenly become a fan tourism spot. New Lilim regulations. The current regulations preventing Lilim from looking too human have been working well so far, but Glitch City's government is planning to create even more new laws so as to enforce robot-like features among the Lilim in a bid to reduce identity theft. Glitch City, the first nation to adopt the current standard in artificial intelligence and robotics, was the first to allow robots into normal society. Ooh. Ow. Currently giving them necessary rights so as to sustain a long-term experiment about their role in human evolution. Unfortunately, the first year saw numerous reports of identity theft, resulting in the need for more stringent measures. It is unknown what kinds of laws we'll have in the future regarding their existence. After the Great Earthquake, salvage agents are the new rage. The Great Earthquake that sank large portions of the world 5 years ago also created an unexpected new profession: salvage agents. Sumeraki is one of these salvagers, and she shares her experience with the augmented eye. Seeing big cities like Tokyo and places like Caracas several kilometers below the ocean's surface, that's something that gets to you, you know? Millions lived there before the Great Earthquake, and it's on me to retrieve their memories, their lives. Aki is now working to retrieve items from a research facility in the Tanegashima Island in Japan. Grand Slam Fighters crowns a new heavyweight champion. Why you should keep different saves? Nah. Glitch City's most popular pro wrestling promotion crowned a new heavyweight champion yesterday, with Giant Yusuke taking the gold from fellow Japanese wrestler Justin Liger. After previous champion, 66 American Kid, was forced to relinquish the title due to a head injury, GSF decided to hold a tournament to find a new title award holder. The match ended after an epic 30-minute bout with Giant Yusuke applying a massive German suplex for the 3 count. During an interview with AE, Giant Yusuke told us through a translator that he's waiting for 66 American Kid to recover. I won't rest until I beat him clean. Okay, let's... Good evening. Gil? Are you humming Shine Spark? Hey Jill. You alright? Are you in love, maybe? Nothing of the sort. I'm fine. Right. No, seriously. Did you fuck? Men only get so happy after they fucked. That's not... Oh my god, you totally fucked! Was it Alma? Did you have 7 minutes in heaven with Alma? No, I didn't. In any case, congratulations, I haven't seen you this happy since, well, never. Hello, Jill. This is for you, Gil. And this is a copy of Sunshine Stone. You've been humming that shit non-stop, so here you go. Thanks, I guess. It's also a congratulatory gift. For what? Don't play dumb, you totally just got some. It was Titty Hacker, right? You always had your eyes on her. I sent her a message. She'll confirm if she did the dirty with him or not. Let me know. Right. I'll be back in my office then. Anyway. Time to mix drinks. And change lives. Betty and Deal. Welcome back. You are too happy, and you are too mopey. What happened? I was right. Huh? That Lara girl was head over heels for him. I was right on the money. Betty was right, and that deserves a beer. And you? I'm fine. I shouldn't have skipped November's rent to pay that mobile game debt. This is stacked? She missed November's rent too? Why am I being punished? Beer for Betty. Here. Woo! So the girl was actually infatuated with him. You should have seen her screaming from the top of her lungs that she liked him. And I'm just standing there thinking. Just like that. In retrospect, it was just a tad too cliched for my taste. Blech. Still, I knew she liked him. I was right. He doesn't seem particularly happy. He never is. Unlike your coworker, holy shit, did he fuck? You're making it too obvious, Gil. How? That beaming face is unmistakable. The face of a guy that got some and enjoyed every moment. Back to Deal, though. Like I said, he seems lost in thought. Victories like these are few and far between. Let me enjoy myself. Can I get something non-alcoholic here? That's not how you drown your sorrows, piece of scrap. I'll have a Bloom Light. Okay. Knowing my landowner, I'll have to wait at least a month for a new contract. Okay, so if I get it started now, in late December, it should be ready by January, so I don't have to vacate in February. Okay. Something non-alcoholic and a Bloom Light. Let's start with the Bloom Light, because I know that one. Aged rocks mixed. Slot 2. Optional Karmatrine. Sure. On the rocks. No, on the rocks blended. That's fine. Here. Thank you. Same. Celebrate all you want, but I am freaking out here. I know nothing about relationships. I have no idea what to do. Well, for starters, what do you think, Jill? Me? Her? Betty, I've seen a few of your relationships, remember? Aside from Veronica, there's Angela, Pamela, Sandra, Rita, Monica, Erica, Tina, Mary, Jessica. Or should I say, didn't share the bed sheets, snores like a pig, cold feet, shampoo waster, chocolate addict, too religious, fan of the wrong rugby team, teetotaler, and chews with a mouth open. What do you think, Jill? That you must be quite the heartbreaker to have had so many relationships in a short period of time. I mean, about piece of scrap's situation. And thank you. I am not the right person for this. Gil? He's still on fucking Cloud 9. Or is it fucking in Cloud 9? For starters, how do you feel about her? I don't know. I don't know her that well. You could start there. Ask her out sometime. Get to know her. Maybe she'll change her mind. Maybe you'll change yours. In the end, you'll lose nothing by... What? I'm just realizing I'm giving love advice to a Lilim. So I don't know how well it applies to you. And these things are humans and all but organs nowadays anyway. Even if that's the case, it's interesting that she felt that way towards him. Why wouldn't she? This fella's a good catch, if I do say so myself. And like I said, humans and all but organs. You surely encountered Lilim that you sometimes forget are not humans. Well, we live in weird times, but hey, that only makes them more interesting. It's odd going to other cities and not seeing the same integration of Lilim, though. Well, Glitch City is pretty much the cradle of social experiments involving Lilim integration, so... Anyway, just try to get to know her. You'll find out how you feel afterwards. Yeah, I think I'll try that. It's quite the uninspired advice if you ask me, but... anything else? Let's commemorate the occasion with a piano man and a piano woman. I shouldn't have skipped October's rent to buy the Wi-Fi router dildo. Excuse me? The what? The what? On the Rocks mixed. Piano Woman is... That's what I'm wondering. I have questions. Why that... Okay, let's... So, Wi-Fi router is the modifier on dildo. So, it is a dildo hotspot. Wait a minute. It's a dildo hotspot. If it was a dildo Wi-Fi router, if we flip those words around to a dildo Wi-Fi router, then it would be a router shaped like a dildo. But here, since Wi-Fi router is the adjective, the modifier on dildo, it's a hotspot for your hotspot. Damn it. I didn't age it. I didn't age it. Aged. There we go. Here you go. And now we reach stalemate. I'd normally take the Piano Man, but I feel there's a symbolic value in taking the woman. Why order like that, then? I hate Laura. You what? She's gonna take you away from me. Nah, she just also needs to be logged in to get her dailies in, I don't know, Candy Crush. She's just also got to get her dailies in her mobile game. You're my piece of scrap, not hers. You're mine. Betty, you don't own me. Besides, I can't for the life of me leave you alone. I feel like the moment I let you out of my sight, you'll just crash. They're cute. I like this friendship. That's not a laughing matter. You need someone making sure you aren't kicking people. That's not normal, you know. Besides, it's not like I have something with her yet. You're right. So you won't leave me? I'd worry myself sick if I left you to your own devices, honestly. We should leave now. Oh yeah, we're having a small New Year's party tomorrow. I don't know if you want to come. We'll come. Are you sure? We will. Fine, we'll be here, Jill. Anyway, see you then. Bye, Bill. Please come again. Streaming chain. You... Oh, did I give the... I feel like I gave him more like a scrappy Ash Ketchum voice, maybe. Something fun. You guys remember this bar, right? Shit. Gil, I'm out. Oh. Not so fast. Miss Lana Smithy, if that's your real name. Fuck. I went to the Augmented Eye looking for you, and what do I find out? Lana Smithy is not a person. It's just the collective nickname of everyone uses when writing crap. Why lie to me like that? Well, no matter. Night's young, give me something nasty like last time, will ya? I shouldn't have skipped November's rent to pay the mobile game debt. Something nasty? The Zen Star doesn't taste good, right? Sure, something nasty. I love that it's like half the things on the menu are like, this tastes like shit. Then why is it on the menu? Here you go. This is the... Hold on. It was nasty, alright. And now it's time for me to be a nice person and give you something nice. Huh? It's the second time I'm here, so it's only natural you get your own copy of my theme song. No, thank you.
Don't be shy, let me give you one.
I mean it, no thank you.
Well, too late. It's already in your player.
That can't... How in the ever-loving fuck did you do that?
Magic.
That's bullshit.
Video editing magic.
Did you just hack into the music player?
Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, weren't there dogs? Last time you talked about this place like it was a zany havens of sort. But I see the same shit. Seriously, no decorations or anything of the like?
Good question. Where are the dogs? I either haven't paid enough attention to their arrival or they haven't come.
Idols, newspaper managers, talking dogs, and yet this is the same old bar as last time. I might sue you for fake advertising, you know?
Now that I think about it, maybe Boss just donated money to the CIRA thing. And then tricked the dog into coming here as a part-timer for kicks.
Oh yeah, anything interesting lately?
I mean, it's not like I missed them. They should at least show their faces.
Hello?
Sorry, what did you say?
I was asking if there were any new stories.
This is not a newspaper, you know? Nor is it a crazy stories on demand streaming service.
That's a big fat lie and you know it.
Shut up.
But I said nothing.
I meant, so shut that idea up. Yeah. That.
I won't! Last time I came here, the viewership peaked for some reason, and I want to find out why. Maybe Pretty Boy over there can tell us the story of who he fucked.
He's so distracted he won't even make a retort. Amazing. I guess there's something worth saying, but
then I want to hear it.
Well, Kitamiki came yesterday again.
You're shitting me. You expect me to believe she came all the way here again? Do you even have proof, like the glass from last time?
Well, if I may interject. You been listening, boss? The walls are pretty thin. Oh. Anyway, she did. I even took a pic with her.
She did what? Let's see. Why?
Okay, but also, like, Kitamiki put up an article, like, on her blog today of, like, hey, I went here, these people are cool.
I try to make an appointment with her, and she's always busy. But you sit there, and she just comes waltzing over? It's not fair.
Hey, if I knew how the hell stuff like that happened, I'd share my secrets. I was just as baffled as you are right now.
Yeah, but I bet you're not even that much of a fan anyway, are you?
You're not wrong.
Can you at least tell me how nice she was as a client?
Very graceful client, much like last time. Really nice girl.
I'm gonna give you my number. If she ever comes back, you let me know, you hear?
Not gonna let you keep her to yourself. I really doubt she'll come back again, though. She already came twice. I'm not taking any chances.
Ugh, I need something to drown this anger with. Give me something girly, will you?
Okay. 150, 150, 170, 170, 150, 180. Moonblast time. 6, okay. One of those. No, fuck. I'm gonna miss I'm gonna miss this game. I'm just thinking about it because we're coming up on the end, aren't we? Because even like this game, like the music is just like it's weird to already have nostalgia for a game I haven't even finished yet. I know I said at the beginning of the stream I was okay, but I'm not okay. Oh, I think actually finishing this game, whatever happens at the end now that we can't pay our rent. Oh, my neck. Ooh. Here you go.
Ooh. Let's just chill a bit. It's still not fair. You know, you're boring today. You're not chatting that much, nor are you doing anything funny.
Maybe the whole peak viewership thing is just you.
Eh?
Maybe this bar and me both had nothing to do with the spike. Maybe you were just that good.
Are you hitting on me?
No. In fact, I'm kind of trying to get you to leave pronto.
Don't be so hard on the girl. She's fun.
Another nuisance shows up.
But Joe hates me.
It's not hate. It's just... Wait, I'm not having this conversation again. Boring.
Hey, you are curious, right, about Fuckboy's partner? Want to know who it was?
Do you know?
Maybe, maybe not.
That maybe not settles it then. Not taking any chances.
Oh, come on. Bartender? Making a lot of faces there.
It's nothing, really.
Did the two bartenders break or something? Should I call the manager? Tech support?
Hey, Joe, inner and outer voice, remember? Fuck.
What? Who fucked? Aside from that guy, I mean.
Oh, say, you're oddly calm today.
Well, I've been getting more sleep lately. That way I don't feel like if I stop talking, I'll die. Crash is one hell of a drug. And when you know it, I can actually make it premium time if I go commando.
Uh-huh.
But come on, I'm getting bored out of my ass here. Do something.
I'm not a dog. You can't just ask me to roll over, you know.
Mind if I entertain you for a bit then?
Boss?
You and Gil take a break. I'll entertain the missy here.
Alright.
Jill. By that I meant take Gil with you.
I don't want him humming to the middle of the road and right into a truck's grill. Grilled Gil. Right. Alright, Gil, come with me. Alright. I need to use the bathroom real quick, but we'll be right back. Just a couple of minutes. Take care of yourselves. Make sure you're listening to your body. Make sure you're doing the things you need to do to take care of yourself. Eat when you need to eat. Stay hydrated. Get up and stretch if you need to. Make sure you take a break if you need to. If you're working too hard, make sure you stay cool in the summer heat. All that good stuff. Just take care of yourselves. And I'll be right back. I'm actually gonna, before I go, hang on. I think if we go, it's now safe to keep playing. Will you offer mute? Okay. They're offering, they got music while we're, doing this. So I'll be right back now. Alright, let's get back to it. Want one? No thanks, I don't smoke. Alright, I got a text from Alma. Boss! Alma and Gil did not fuck! Well, that's a bummer. She is sending congratulations your way, though. Tell her I said thanks, I guess. So who was the lucky girl? So it was a guy? I never thought you swung that way. It wasn't a guy. So it was a girl, and you did fuck. I don't feel comfortable talking about that, you know. You don't make things easy for me, though. How so? I mean, you're pretty hard to get close to. You never talk about yourself. You're talkative so long as it doesn't involve you directly. Teasing you is literally the only way I know to get through to you. You make me sound like some weird loner. You are a weird loner! At least tell me if you enjoyed the night you spent with whoever it was. I did. Good for you. Why are you humming Sunshine Stone so much, though? Well, after that idol girl came yesterday again, I looked up her discography and I can't stop humming or listening to them. Right. Oh god. You didn't fuck the idol girl, did you? No. Why would that be a problem, though? I don't know. It'd just feel weird. Well, that's that for the break. Let's go back. Right. Oh, and Gil? Keep in mind what I said about opening up more. I mean it. That way we won't tease you so often. Listening to you say that has to be the weirdest thing I've heard this year. Shut up. I wonder if Alma finds Gil attractive. And that's that. Back.
What were you two doing back there?
Fucking.
Oh, so just chatting then?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, did you two really fuck?
John is the face of a man who fucked to death. Of a man who fucked to death recently. See, Gil, you're making it too obvious. Ow. What will you have today?
I'll have a gut punch.
Coming right up. Huh? What? Nothing. Aged, mixed. Here.
Stop looking at me like that.
Sorry. Are you okay? It's weird for you to order something like that.
Yeah, I'm just trying out stuff.
Did you know Lilum tongues are designed to identify food using chemical components? Our tongues were designed with the human ones in mind. For example, first flavors that we detect are sour and bitter, just like you guys. I checked my personal specs, and apparently my sensitivity is set to 1.2235x. That makes me hate those flavors because I feel them harder. Why all that exposition? I mean, I'd lie if I say I wasn't interested, but why? Well, after last time I got curious and I started checking how my systems worked in detail. For example, the tips of my fingers are so sensitive to vibrations, you can make a seismograph with them. Huh. And checking that, I found that it's all based on how humans work. And that got me thinking about what you said. I mean, for my systems to work, humans had to understand how they work. And after all those discoveries, they're not any more or less artificial. Why should I be? I don't know. Looking up all that suddenly made me feel real. It was the opposite of what I felt last time. I feel like I'm here right now. I'm glad to hear that. Alright then, let's try something sweet now. Piano woman. Aged, mixed. Here you go. Ah, nice. To be honest, it's a bit surreal for me. What? I'm here talking to you and you're answering like any human would. You're even expressing happiness. I remember when I was a kid, I usually tried to strike conversations with AIs. But after a bit, they just start looping through their built-in answers, repeating the same things over and over. That always made me crash back into reality. When I think back to that, having such advanced AIs like you here right now, it's amazing. I don't know. It makes my inner child happy to see something she's always dreamt of. It helps when I feel particularly cynical.
Aw, you flatter me.
Besides, I've always thought about humans like nature's Lilum. The method might have been different, but we too evolved from a more simple form ages ago. if Lila managed to create biological life years from now, it will all have come full circle. So what should I take from this is, you love me. Don't overdo it. Anything else? Let's go with a sugar rush. Okay. Evicted. Holy shit, that's a new low for me. It's fine. It's fine. Sugar rush, right? No. Mixed. Sugar rush. Here. Even in doubt, my love for these is real. How romantic. So I take it the solipsist problem, solipsist. So I take it the solipsist problem got resolved. Yup. All the reality crisis started the other day. My guardian, call her Mom. Nobody's judging you. Mom decided to meet with the mother of her daughter's girlfriend. Mother of her daughter's girl. Okay. It was a very emotional meeting. They both said they felt like they closed a long chapter. I was moved, but that's when it set in. Why was I moved? I never met any of them. So where do these feelings come from? Why do I feel things? Do I really feel them? What tells me someone else isn't pressing a button to make me feel that? What tells me I'm in my body? What is real? Boom. Oh, don't worry, by the way, I'm fine. Thank God, it's unnatural to see you down like that. Man, that Go-Go is a blast! Don't you feel like talking a bit more with Dee Dee? Dee Dee is too much of a prick and Go-Go is tired. Besides, I want to talk with the bartenders. Nah, fuck. Well, I tried. Jill will be in my office. Cute little girl, Lilum. Cam girl. Oh, fiddlesticks. What's your name, girl? I'm Dorothy Hayes at your service. Do you come here often? Are you hitting on me? Oh, this is fucking unbearable. Oh, God. Hey, Dorothy, I'm in the middle of a live stream. Do you want to participate? Sure, sounds fun. Okay, let's take a recommendation from you. What should I drink next? Try the Sugar Rush. Bartender, a Sugar Rush over here. Bartender. Sorry, what? Sugar Rush, please. Right. Here. Good choice, Dorothy. Yay. So what are you doing in my turf? Streaming Chan. Or Streaming Chan. Yes? No, I mean, that's what she calls herself. Man, that's a tacky name. Yeah, but it's my tacky name. Actually, that's not really my name. What's your real name, then? Behind Streaming Chan's awesome mask lies the humble Nicole Chen. Humble. So why not call yourself Streaming Shen? It's funny that you mention it. You see, when I started, I called myself Nico Shen. I changed websites so the name felt a bit out of place, thus I became Streaming Chan. Everyone nicknamed me Streaming Chan though, so I just went along with that. Oh yeah, I get it. At one point I was going to call myself Dolores Hayes, but then I realized that name was as subtle as a brick to the face. Anyway, I'm here because the last time I came, I ended up with a greater view numbers than usual, and so I wanted to treat my loyal audience again.
Oh, I see. Well, you came to the right place, especially if you're looking for some comfy fun. Honey here might seem harsh, but you just need to crack her shell.
Shut up.
See? Just need to say the right thing at the right time and she becomes a sweetheart.
Quiet, you.
Don't play hard to get, you know it's true.
Hey, stream girl.
That's me.
I'll regret asking this, but don't you have a sponsor? It's weird that it's been this long without some advertisement.
I have,
but you see, the contract with them expired, so Marvin, the business guy or whatever, had to make a new one. He was gonna send the draft to his lawyer as it had a couple of additions, but let's say he got too excited with my VR model and the contract became unreadable.
Oh, so he used the contract to...
Yup. He cut into a pair of panties and rubbed it vigorously on his penis. I mean, you'd expect certain principles to be upheld even in the adult VR industry. I reported him, and he got fired, but now we're looking for a new business person thing. Honestly, I think the paper cuts all over his dick are punishment enough. But I mean, why the contract? I don't mind it if he jacked off to an image of me, but the contract? That's money that you're soiling right there. I would have gone back on the deal were it not for the owner paying me a visit and apologizing profusely. Some people, seriously, dick paper cuts. I'd done enough to craze teacher fantasies to know how they can be a problem. I don't think you need to have I don't think you need to have an experience to understand that. That said, Gil's been grimacing for a full minute now. Don't mind me. Huh. But you know, I like you, Dorothy. Why don't we celebrate with beers? My treat.
All right.
2 big beers, honey. Next. Here's 2 big beers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Alright, now I'm not feeling my tongue or my feet. Time to get lewd.
Did I hear lewd? Do you have any stories?
This will be a treat for non-premium users. I once met a guy that insisted on doing it in a jacuzzi. He didn't mind being in premium time, so I started setting up the cameras. And man, was it a challenge. I wasn't just gonna stream over the water, I wanted some underwater action too.
What did you do with the bubbles and all?
That was the least of the problems. We just turned the jets off. But not only did I have to make a makeshift underwater cover, I also had to keep in mind the heat. Heat isn't good with cameras.
Did you try chilling the cam a bit and putting it in a bag with some filling?
We made something more convoluted. We took a small cooler, opened a hole for the lens, sealed it with plastic. I made sure things looked good through the cam and started recording. Threw in some cooling packs, sealed the fuck out of that cooler.
Did it need any weight?
Yup, luckily the guy was into bodybuilding, so we used some old dumbbells. He was also ripped as fuck, but that's another story. It was all a success. But it's also the last time I have sex in a jacuzzi. Blood rushing, hot water, I felt like I was dying midway through it. Thank God he decided to resume the action out of the water midway through it, or I would have surely died.
At least the guy didn't burn himself.
What do you mean?
Last time I had sex on a jacuzzi, my body got so hot the guy almost burned his dick. I considered investing in a cooling system, but it's so situational and expensive that I'll pass. Besides, those cooling systems require too much maintenance.
Wait. I think I should leave, but care to join me in escapades for the rest of the night?
Can I plug my services at the end of the night?
Sure.
Then count me in. I've got the perfect stories.
Let us be on our way then. Goodbye, bartender.
Bye, honey. Well, let's start the story. You see, there was this mega Santa.
Wait, seriously? They left a pair made in hell. At least they look like they're having fun. That method of filming underwater sounded convoluted as fuck, though. But I guess it's hard to keep a cool head when you're horny. We're done, boss. Man, don't you just feel great? We're in the same place. Hey, Jill. What's this?
A bonus. Today I got a taste of the kind of clients you deal with, and keep it up.
Wait,
Tomorrow's the big day, so get ready. That goes for both of you.
either I'm getting old or that girl was too much even for me.
I can pay my rent now. Landlord, I can pay my rent now. Landlord. You have no new notifications or reminders.
I'll leave the closet open in case you want to hide from the noise. Thanks.
I can pay my rent now.
Nothing. Alright, let's go to the New Year's party. Saturday, December 31st.
Well, let's see. Gayla's in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some food I've ordered.
They only agreed to work on New Year's if I went to pick it up myself.
You alright?
I'm scared. Gabby will show up at any minute.
Relax, everything will be alright. I can assure you of that.
Drink something. Maybe that will cheer you up.
Maybe. I'll leave you for a bit, but keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug? Does that work? A hug? A big one. A reward after everything's said and done. A big reward. I gotta go. You can do it.
Right. Everything's fine. You've been avoiding this for all these years, but now it's time to face it head on. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gabby. Boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay.
Hello?
Gabby? Come in.
Excuse me.
Welcome to Val... Hey. You talk first.
No, well...
Some days ago I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter is the fact that it was from your sister.
A what? My sister sent you a letter? That's the first time I've heard of it. What did it say?
I don't know. I haven't opened it. At least, not until now.
Huh?
I figured I should read it with you.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it.
Alright then. Sorry.
Just that?
Yup.
Isn't there anything else in the letter? Maybe on the back.
This is just like your sister. I spent days worried about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it. And after all those worries, after all those problems, after all these years not talking to her, she sends me a letter, a fucking letter of all things. And she just says, sorry?
Sorry for what? For our fight? For not talking all these years? Ugh, I'm fucking pissed. Are you laughing? Sorry, I remembered all the times my sister provoked you that way. Like that time where she gave you chocolates labeled 1, 2, and 4 during Valentine's Day, and you were pissed about the lack of a 3. Or that time you left an unopened beer bottle on the table and she sneakily opened it and took a sip. She didn't tell you she did it and you were confused all day long. She always bragged she knew me. Oh, she always bragged like she knew me like the back of her hand. If the letter was supposed to piss me off like that, I guess she had all the rights to brag. Maybe she was being sincere, though. She did express to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion. She did, huh? You told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day. But organs are different. The condition made her susceptible to transplant rejection. Not to mention artificial hearts and genetic implants were out of the question. Yep. Thing is, apparently she suffered that since she was 18, but kept it a secret from everyone. Why? Hell if I know. I was angry to learn that she hid it. Why did she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it? Wait. How did she live so normally then? She had to use a serum. Shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently, the serum burns like hell. The shots even left her a nasty mark where she had to apply them. So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark. And the rejection was what ended up killing her? The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. Doctors said she might have missed a shot, or the shots made her other defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere. Maybe it was blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards. They don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, so nobody knows. Maybe if she had told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she wouldn't have faced it all alone, instead of just dying in her sleep. Thinking about what ifs won't bring her back. I spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears at that very moment? What if I had apologized earlier? What if I had given a chance to the Research Institute thing back then? And then the amount just increased threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive, you're here. I can make amends with you, but I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can apologize to you right now. Chill. Lenore, she's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition all these years. She didn't have to face it alone, though. If she'd only so. Let's celebrate her life and achievements. If we are to mourn, let's mourn her together. If we are to honor her, we'll do it together. Together. Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is try to lighten up. Even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask, though. Did she really start to complain about chest pains shortly after I left? No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back before you left. Back then, she thought it was just acid reflux or something. Gods. I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then, and part of me just wanted to put the blame on someone or something. And you didn't deserve that. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry too, you know? We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I should have been mature and not shouted at you either. Let's just call all that water under the bridge, shall we? Are you sure? Of course I am. So how did you find me exactly? Well, have you heard of a message board called Danger U? I have, yeah. Well, truth is that I visit it from time to time, and the other day I read a thread that discussed the bar, and the description of the bartender sounded just like you. Are you mad? No, not mad, more dumbfounded. Hey, Jill. Can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked the fight? Weren't you happy with my sister? Well, back then, I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went in and pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I should have quit right then and there. And then after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best thing for me and my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't even know if I wanted to go there, and she still insisted so much. Like she was forcing that burden on me. And then Mai became our future, and she started talking about marriage. You were going to get married? I don't think we ever took it seriously. It was just something she kept mentioning. Not like she didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. But the thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her, but I don't think I was ready for such a commitment, especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her, and that was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive at times, and it rained down on me at that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we'd gotten married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She would do it thinking it was best for me. But what about my freedom? My say on the matter? So that's where you stopped loving Lenore? No. I never stopped loving her. Which is why it hurts so much. But you have to understand, I don't want to wake up 40 years old and working a job I hate. Just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted a break from everything for a while, to put my thoughts in order, regroup myself, think carefully about what to do next. I can understand. I've sometimes felt the same, although I'm not even in college. So what led you two to fighting? You know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back on it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight.
getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to her arguments about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me this bad. It could have been avoided if I had just kept a cool head and talked about that with her.
My sister said something like that.
Huh?
I told you that she mentioned on more than one occasion how she was sorry about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her to the end, but instead I kept pushing her. Should have kept a cool head, instead I let my jealousy take the best of me. With her offer, not mine, I should have stopped projecting myself onto her so much. Something along those lines.
Lenore. The fair and radiant maiden, whom the angels named Lenore. God damn, it all ties back into the fucking Edgar Allan Poe.
You are quite the hotheads. We are quite the hotheads. You, me, my sis. You are supposed to be the mature one, you know. Play the role correctly. But why didn't you come back, Jill? Did you end up hating us that much? Did the break include us too? No, it's just that... Remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke a window? How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded? But my sister wouldn't have scolded you. But I was afraid, dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face your sister. But I faced her back then, and I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I came up with, it will never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know? Not that it makes things easier. I won't ever get to speak to her ever again. And it feels bad because it's stupid. I swear, you and my sis were meant for one another. You both moved on after all that, but neither had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. And like I said, berating myself over these past mistakes won't bring her back. I miss her so much, though. We were together all the time, always talking about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Mourning is fine and all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she were here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long. She told you that all the time. The same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces. Both figuratively and literally. Hey, I was 8 back then. So let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? A toast? Yeah, let's get you a drink. A drink? Don't worry. Trust me. Let's make something to toast to Gabby with. Preferably something sweet. And non-alcoholic. Right? Yeah, she's not old enough. Grab this for a sec. Okay. Ahem. Lenore, I know you're watching from the beyond right now, as I give a drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but I can, at the very least, make you rest easier.
So know that I'll look out for Gabby in your absence. I'll make sure Gabby grows into a fine woman just like you were. I will always be there for her. I'll make sure the little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had. Hey, you want to add anything? I'll always miss her. Don't say it to me, say it to her. That's a bit... Come on, just this once. I'll always miss you, sis. Sis. Sis, you idiot. Why did you keep that secret for so long? Idiot. I always told you everything. Wasn't I enough? You idiotic idiot. Hey, Jill, promise me you won't be like that knucklehead. That you won't keep stuff like that to yourself. Only if you promise the same to me. And promise me we won't fight. I can't do that. Huh? You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later, we'll clash on some opinion. But what I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are. I'm not an adult. Let's face it, you've been more mature than I have. Hey, do you mean what you said? That you'll always look after me? I'll always be here for you, Gabby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone. Jill. Hey, wasn't this a toast? Right. For Lenore. Faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers. Cheers. So, about this drink. Can I drink it? Do you like it? Take a sip. It's not bad. Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. We might as well break the alcohol taboo here and now. It was non-alcoholic. I gave her a non-alcoholic drink. Right. Now that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you a beer once as a prank? Oh yeah, that. It was April Fool's. I should have known better when she offered me apple soda. Put bubble gum on the soles of her shoes as in retaliation. She walked funny, and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day. Yeah. But did you know you got my drink that time? Huh? She gave me a beer and it turned out to be an apple soda. Did you get back at her? Well... I did hide all the dildos in the house that night, only to find out she knew how to use a cucumber. And as a follow-up, she used the same cucumber in a salad days later. She said, so do you like eating me for lunch? Jill? I'll tell you when you're older. Or never at all. Hey, Gabby. Do your parents know you're here? They think I'm at Clary's, actually. Who? Oh, she's my best friend at school. And this Clary knows you're using her as an excuse, right? Of course. How would she cover for me otherwise? Smart girl. True. We go to her house afterwards? To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Clary doesn't live close by, so... Well, can't be helped. I live nearby, and the streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why don't you stay with me tonight? Are you sure? I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough. At least to spend the night.
Sure. I'd love to stay with you. Great.
Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good.
Yep, he opened a second branch last year.
So he's looking to expand.
I think he got into a partnership with a friend in Motor District. The guy saw an opportunity after realizing Motor District has almost no bakeries.
I still remember when your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, "I knew it! I fucking knew you were a lesbian! Mark 1 for daddy!"
I think he had this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was 12 years old or so. Dad said sis was into girls. The acquaintance didn't believe him. He bet a beer on whether he was right or not. That beer bottle is still in the fridge. It's even labeled Sweet Victory. Your mom and Lenore never made up, did they? I guess that one wasn't as simple as the said one too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society in her circle of friends. A lesbian daughter was a no-no. I'm still on my sis' side for that one, though. Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did it because her friends were. To Mom, the opinion of her circle of friends was worth more than her own daughter. How did she react to her death? Don't know. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago. They did? They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. I haven't seen her since August, I think.
Did you two fight too?
No, she just hasn't showed up. She must have felt alone, huh? I've been there. A bit, but I'm not alone anymore. Thanks to you. Huh? I thought there was gonna be a party here. Alma, over here. Party? A small New Year's celebration. Want to stay for it? I don't know. I don't want a kid to burden. Don't worry, you won't. Just only get cola for the night, though. No alcohol. It'll give us time to catch up even more. I can introduce you to some friends. You in? If you don't mind me. Great. Hey, Alma. Come here. There's someone I want to introduce to you. What do you mean I don't get any fucking endings? Valhalla, Cyberpunk, Bartender, Action, Staff. Written and programmed by Fernando Damas. Characters on Kiridin 51. Kiridin, that sounds familiar. Holy shit. Music, sound effects, quality assurance, additional SFX. I want to thank people for hanging out. This was good. Quicker than I thought. I thought I would need the extra time. I started, a little more than an hour early. I started like an hour and 15 early. I thought I was going to need some more time, but, no, I really could have started at my normal time. It's fine. I want to thank people for hanging out. I super appreciate you all. Tell the people you love that you love them. One of the scariest things about the human condition is how fragile it is, how quickly it can end. Not just for yourself, but for those around you. More often than not, there are passings, there are deaths that feel more so like they were just here.
what happened. At least in my opinion. In my experience. So tell the people you love that you love them while you still have them. I think this is a beautiful exercise in don't let fear turn into regret, you know? Don't. Mom, dad, family, friends, thank you for all the support. This is for you. Made in Game Maker Studio by Yo-Yo Games. Prologue version made in RenP by Python. Dynamic text engine. Caleb Padron. Yeah, alright. Honestly, this game is worth playing again with the wiki for the endings and secret dialogue characters in your own time. I might. It's very hard for me to play emotionally impactful games like this back to back. You know, I can't, like, when I was playing Kingdom Hearts on stream, I was also playing it off stream because that's Kingdom Hearts. I know that game. I can blitz through it. It's no problem. But did you have fun? I did. I did have fun. So many like wonderful, it truly fleshed out characters. Also got to meet a Cat Boomer. Why did your boss hug you though? Oh, I also got to meet a Cat Boomer. Why did your boss hug you though? She's that kind of person. Now let's sleep. You were dozing off back there. You're right. Good night, Jill. We'll play some more tomorrow. Good night. Be good. What am I doing? Doing my outro. Oh, I'm all kinds of messed up. Still, be good and be kind. I'm just gonna throw some socials up there. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, I want to thank you for hanging out as well. I super appreciate you. If you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on Twitch. It's the easiest place to know when I go live. It's free. I super appreciate it. And we are so close to 100 followers. I'll play E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Wednesday, February 1st. To think I'd be evicted. They are pretty ruthless. They don't even allow you to skip 1 month. I was 2 months late already, actually. Jill, Jill, Jill. At least it wasn't because you spent too much money on useless stuff, right? Oh, Alma. Right. About that. Forget it. I don't want to hear. Let's go to sleep. Tomorrow you'll regroup and think what to do next. Yeah. Thanks for letting me stay here by the... Whoa! Your bed is huge. A queen size, considering I lived with a guy for at least 4 years. It can get lonely, but also really comfortable. Just like single life, I guess. I hope you don't mind sleeping with me, but there's not enough space for the futon in here. I haven't... Oh, that was... I hope you don't mind sleeping with me, but there's not enough space for the futon. I haven't slept in a mattress in... over 2 years now. That can be good for your back. And bad for my morale. Anyways. Good night. Nighty-night. Cozy hell. It's hot in here. Having her hug me certainly doesn't help. I don't want to wake her up either. She looks so comfortable right now. I wonder if Boss would have let me crash in her place. Oh well. Let's just try to sleep a bit and... No, Fork, go away. No, you piece of fur, don't you dare sleep on my Here you can now save heart data. Loading heart data from the title screen or bar will let you start over from day 1 while keeping your items and money. Oh. New Game Plus. Okay, cool. If there's a New Game Plus, then yeah, I'll definitely be revisiting this at some point. Okay, so yeah, follow me on Twitch so you know when I go live. It's free, it's easy, I super appreciate it. VODs end up over on YouTube. If you want a say in what I play next, like now that I finished Valhalla, there will be a vote going up in the Discord of, it's going to be games that I said I was going to go back to and just never got the opportunity to, or just things came up, or I forgot. Various reasons. Tell the people you love that you love them. Make sure you apologize. It's better to make amends than to be angry. Yeah. The Discord is also just where we hang out, and there's, when Mew and I do our end of month stream where we talk about gaming news and what's going on in the gaming world, that's also where our sources are whenever we cite a source, like a website, you know, an article that we read or something. Our sources will be cited over there. Oh. Kill All Film Majors, my movie podcast where I just talk about, you know, I talk shit on movies with my friend John. That's a lot of fun. That's where I allow myself to be angry. And it's a lot of fun. We both went to school for film, so it's a lot of fun to break down, you know. There've been a couple movies where everybody loves this movie and we didn't like it, or people hate a movie and we're like, it's actually a very competent movie, film literacy is just dead. Those kinds of conversations. Okay. Now, be good, be kind, treat people the way that you would want to be treated. And I'll catch you in the next one.